Hi friends, it's Terri Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. A few weeks ago, I shared a series of YouTube videos showcasing Stampin' Up's 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. The calendar comes with a stamp set. There are 24 stamps in the stamp set. You have several different all-occasion images and then a nice variety of sentiments. There's product in this advent calendar that coordinates with that stamp set. So the calendar is actually a beautiful box that it opens up, and there are 12 different doors. Behind each door, there's different product. And as I mentioned, the product does coordinate with the stamp set. So I have a series of 12 videos where I open up a door, I showcase show you what's behind there, and then I make a card with the stamp set, some ink pad colors. The only additional product I added to my supply list was basic white cardstock and our medium envelopes. And other than that, I used ink pads and the product that was in the advent calendar. I did have to have a paper trimmer, a scissors, and also my die cutting machine, but otherwise I just used those products. So I have 12 different cards that I've created, and I give you all the information so you can recreate those. And as I mentioned, I just use white cardstock and ink pad colors. I used ink and stamps to get my color layers, create my own designer series paper, but this advent calendar is absolutely amazing. So as I was going through my series of videos showcasing the different cards, and I'm just going to slide those in for a moment. I have 12 different cards, and I actually give you all the information so you can recreate these cards. I have a PDF that you can download that is going to give you the photos of the cards, and it has this card sketch that I used. It's going to give you all the information so you can duplicate the projects that I have here. So that's my series that I started out with. But as I was working with those cards, I shared in my YouTube videos that I would love to repurpose this box because it's absolutely beautiful. So I have already released one video that shows one way to repurpose this box. So what I did to help keep the doors closed is I cut a 1 3/4 inch circle, because if you don't have something to keep the doors closed, as soon as you go to close the box, anything you have in the doors are going to come out. So if you take a 1 1/2 inch circle, and then you can cut it in half with the scissors or use a paper trimmer and cut it in half. And I'm just going to take my Poppy Parade one here that I've already cut. That's going to help keep the door closed, because right underneath the cardstock you can slide this little half circle, and that's going to keep that door closed. So for example, in that previous video, I've already released that, and I released that in October. And with other things going on and holidays, I'm finally getting to my second idea for this video. So you can put Ghirardelli chocolate in here, you can put candy, gift cards, all kinds of things, and then put that in there. It's going to keep it closed while you close it, or even keep it closed until the person you're giving it to is going to reveal what the gift is behind here. As I mentioned, I have a YouTube video that's going to show you how I did that. I also, in that same video, I show how I cut two-tone cardstock. Let's see if I can get this out. I did tape it initially in here, just a little bit of adhesive, but there's a plastic cavity in here. I have on that YouTube video, I share on my blog post for that YouTube video the measurements that I cut these, so you can cut these, and that just dresses up these doors. So I already have all of those done. So now I have you up to date on my series of 12 videos for the 12 cards I created. My first idea for repurposing this box. My second idea is to use this as a memory box. There is the year 2025 on the cover, so I thought this would be a great memory box where you put memories of the entire year. So behind door number 1, you would put memories of January. Now you can get your photos, and it depends upon You know, if you have grandchildren or pets or kids, or just share what you did the month of January. There's so many different options, but we can create this as a little memory book. So what I did was I created another table, and I will provide this on my YouTube or my blog. You can find my blog post by looking at the text portion of this YouTube video and getting right to that right to the blog post with this information. My blog is createwithterrigaines.com. So what I've done is, this is the approximate size of the cavity. Some are deeper, so you could make lots of little memory books to put in here. But for example, door number 1, what I did was I took a piece of two-tone cardstock. Now the two-tone cardstock colors I used for these little circles and for the back were Misty Moonlight, Poppy Parade, and Garden Green. Those are the same colors that I'm choosing to use for my idea number 2. So ahead of time, I took a piece of Poppy Parade cardstock for door number 1, and I measured that cardstock would be 12 inches, which is the size of the two-tone cardstock, 2.5 inches in height, and I would score that at 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So I did that ahead of time already for you, or I already did it for me to show you. So I scored that, and then I accordion folded this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in my Simply Scoring and show you how I do that, because I think it's important. If you are not familiar with our two-tone cardstock, it's white in the inside. And with our regular cardstock, I just score on one side. When I score two-tone cardstock or designer series paper, I score on both sides. I like using the Simply Scoring tool. I'm going to push it up into the corner, use the larger of the two ends on the stylus that comes with the Simply Scoring, and score 2, 4, 6, and 8, and 10. Then I'm going to flip it over and rescore both of those. The reason we score cardstock or paper is to kind of burnish it there so it will fold right there, and if it's against the grain, it folds evenly. And this, if you score both sides, that allows you to fold both directions and not have to worry about breaking the fibers and having the white core. I also, when I score two-tone cardstock, I just crease with my fingers. I don't use my bone folder. I feel if I crease it too hard, I could crack the cardstock. So that's how I score two-tone cardstock. So I thought maybe I quick give you those details. It might be helpful. So I created these little accordions for all 12 different doors. I have already put them in here. So these are the sizes that I thought would work out great. So now you could take this, put little photos, little journaling on here, place it inside here, and you have a memory box of all of the different months. So that's a pretty small little journal, little space here, but you could get your photos smaller, or you could have them bigger and score them here. But I think it's very doable. So we have January, and then I do want to show you door number 2, which would be for February. This is the biggest door. So what I did for this one is I have a 12 by 6, scored it, and I created 2 of these. Now some of these boxes I might have already mentioned, cavities are deeper, so you could put more little books in here or thicknesses. So that is my idea, and let me show you an example. Door 12 would be for December. What I did was I put some photos on here. So I put some Christmas photos on here, and then I just have some cardstock here to decorate it. I have not journaled this yet, but I have one empty spot to put some journaling. And this is just a good example of how you can put some photos in here and create a little memory box with the repurposing the advent calendar. Well, I hope you enjoyed this idea. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. And as I mentioned, I will link my previous videos in the text portion, and I'll link in the text portion, my blog post. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Take care and happy creating.